In Pakistan, personally, my journey took me to Pakpatan Sharif with Baba Farid Ganjshakar, Rahmatullah. He's really one of the main, in Pakistan itself, one of the main holders of Sufi lineage that would later become something known as the Chishtia lineage. Moinuddin Chishti, blessings upon him. He's in Ajmer Sharif, I believe his darbar is there, and then some of his inheritors were also throughout India. In New Delhi, there's, but then when Sufism came to the Indian subcontinent, it was coming from an area historically from Afghanistan, specifically the town of Chisht, Afghanistan. So when Sufism came to Pakistan, it was from kind of a region and people who were a bit foreign, Afghanistan being something different than the Indian culture. The first actual Indian who was a Sufi sheikh was Baba Farid Ganjshakar. He was the first person locally of Indian descent, and so that reflected in his approach to teaching. He started using the local language instead of Persian. Persian was the popular language. Arabic and Persian were the popular languages of Islam and Sufism. And with Baba Farid, he started using the local languages, Urdu, Punjabi, Saraiki, these local languages that were around, and some amazing poetry that he both composed in and also fostered amongst his followers. So a great literary tradition came up around him specifically. So Baba Farid, blessings be upon him, is in Pakpatan Sharif. And from there are many different sheikhs. There's dozens, if not hundreds, of sheikhs and shrines that are in Pakistan itself, let alone India. From there, there's Data Sahib in Ali Hujwiri in Lahore. Beautiful place to go. And each one of these shrines, the darbar, or the courtyards, where the master has his gatherings. That's kind of what it is. So they're buried in this center, and then people come to this center, and the light of the teachings itself is very, very relevant and experiential. Like when you go to these different shrines, each one has its own unique flavor and feeling. So you pick up a different aspect of the Sufi cosmology, if you will. There's also Sultan Bahu, blessings be upon him. There's in the town of Sultan Bahu, I think it's actually called. So and there's another type of feeling there, and their lineage is many things are the same, but then there are also some poignant differences that don't conflict with each other, but add to. It's kind of like the masala, the spice mix in the dish. Is that there's many spices in there, but they all lend themselves to this complete dish. So that's kind of the essence of why one would want to explore so many different shrines, is to experience the different flavors, different colors of Sufism. About 40 years ago, many of these guys were these teachers, men and women, were actually living. One of the things I've noticed is so many of them have passed away now. They're almost harder to find a living teaching sheikh now. And then there's the question of, are they being true and, are they being a representative of the path of Islam and Sufism, or have they diverged into another direction? Not that that necessarily is a bad thing. Different angles. We're all human beings, so we have different angles, different approaches because of our uniqueness. But the basics of the teachings of self-awareness are really foundational in the walk of awareness, of self-awareness. So sometimes those messages can be diverted, and just like when there's construction and they make a diversion to go around the construction, but sometimes you just end up getting lost. So hopefully one can navigate around the obstacle and get back on the path directly and not be sidetracked by another type of philosophy. So, but that gets developed in one's personal understanding and one's personal, the onus of understanding one's life, personal life, is really up to that person. So it's a very individual process, even though there are many things that are similar. As human beings, we're all going to have our unique understanding and journey on the path. So meeting those who know a better direction, a quicker way, a safer way, versus those who have diverted from the main path, it's advantageous to get, with the direct, if you want to get to from point A to point B more directly, that's would be, I refrain from saying the best way, because the best way is a person's own individual way. We all have to find our way. And for each one of us, that path is the best path. But I can't put on someone else my path and say, no, your best way is the way I say. So one must kind of explore and get some practical experience on what would actually be the best way for that particular individual. So the journey is really the path itself. Getting to the path is the path. So being on it really is the struggle of getting to the place of knowing, is really the knowing itself. It's the path of knowing. So if your intention is clear, you'll be fine, no matter where you go. Because another Sufi concept is purifying your intention. What is your intention? Is my intention to seek truth for ease in my life and ease of service so that I can serve others? Or is it some other way that I can find distraction and spiritual bypassing and these other things? We have to discover this within ourselves, because each one of us has our own unique path to trod. So in that sense, there really is no wrong way, but there are marked ways on the road that will get you to where you want to go in an easier, safer direction. But sometimes it's the scenic route that you want to take a break and go, let's go this way so we can see the ocean, and then we'll get back on the path.